Hi, I'm Dr. Will Chavis, Assistant Superintendent for the Office of Equity Affairs, and today I'm joined with the incomparable, illustrious Dr. Dudley Flood, a legend in his own right. We are just so happy to have you today and to be able to talk with you about your work and how it's informing the things that are happening in our school district and beyond. So thank you for being here.
It is my honor, and I thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to start off in asking you a question. You know, a few days ago, we started the month of February, being Black History Month. So talk to us a little bit about what Black History Month means to you.
When I began teaching, back when the earth was cooling, we had Black History Day. And then we went from that to Black History Week. And now here we are, Black History Month. My ambition is once it'll be Black History Year, because Black history shouldn't be separated from any other history. It's all a part of this country and its nation and its founding and its growth and development. But for me, I talked to oldest people I could find who were Black and asked them about their journey. And so I had a reasonable knowledge of contributions that African Americans had made. And yet to find that in a book was very difficult to do at that time. So I've always used that proposal, 3 questions: what, so what, now what? And if you are safe in doing that, you won't have too many people asking, are you violating this or that or the other provision by going across the line as they're fearful of or using some proposition. Sir Isaac Newton said that a body in motion continues to move in that form until it's acted on by an external force. Human nature is exactly that way. So whatever it is we have tended to do, we keep doing that as long as no impact from an external force. So I swore that I would be that external force. And I assure you, until I die, I shall be that external force. So that's what Black history per se to me means. It's more than that, but that's the basis for it.
So you said a lot of, incredible things just now. You talked about, I go back to when you were talking about Black History Day and that it was focused on a hero. And you are that hero for me and so many others. I talk about that all the time, about your legendary work, your most pivotal and essential work in school integration in particular, and being that external force that you were talking about. So could you tell us a little bit about your work with school integration and the impact you believe it has to today?
I believe that had we continued in that motion, which was a visible and obvious motion, we would still have been missing some extremely great talent that has done great things for this country, one of which was a president at one point. So when we talk about that which has happened, it's not an accusatory issue, it's a factual issue. Because if we didn't know that, we wouldn't know whether we were going in the right direction, how far we had come and all the rest. If what we're doing isn't working, we gotta do something. Now, what we have to do in order to determine what that something is ask ourselves these worn out 3 questions. What's the issue we're trying to resolve? After having found out what the issue is and narrowed it, this is what we're trying to fix. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But then, so what? What impact is that issue having on anything or anybody? Then you get to the now what. Now that we know that, what can we do? A school is a values-driven institution, and its institution rests on the culture more than it does on an individual assessment of one person's need. And so what we had to do was to help people understand the distinction between how is a school different? Not refuting Plessy, just how is a school different than when Plessy was the rule. Then when Brown 1 was passed in 1954, Brown 1 simply said, we declare that dual schools are inherently unequal.
So Dr. Flood, what advice do you have for educators, teachers today in the work that you were saying, like change the narrative?
two things. If you learn to teach from other teachers, college is ill prepared to teach you how to teach. They teach you what to teach. So when you come out, unless you gather information about how to make this work, how do I get it from my head to his or her head, number one. So don't expect somebody to say, I want to be your mentor. Grab somebody and hang on to them. Nobody wants to be your mentor, but they're flattered if you allow them to be. The second thing is never, ever, ever generate an ethos that says there's a discontinuity between home and school, which means you have to know something about home. You have to know something about what it is. And look at each child as though he or she has promise and help them to understand it and have promise. And when a child tells me I can't do that, that's you haven't done it yet.
Dr. Flood, thank you so much for your contributions to our school systems across the state and beyond, and the work that you've done to impact. And we just appreciate you being here to talk to us today.
Well, I feel so blessed to have been in a position to make a little bit of difference.